This tutorial demonstrates how to create the horse detail report, which is available on the full screen side of iForgeAhead. As the name indicates, the horse detail report is capable of including all of the information you've recorded about the horse over any time period. To get started, the first step is to locate the horse that you'd like to create the report for. From anywhere in the system, use the menu bar at the top, and under Home, click on Horses. That will take you to the lookup list, and if the horse you're looking for isn't on the first page, you can use the pager controls to go to additional pages, or you can use the filter controls in the action panel to narrow the list. We'll do that here by selecting a letter that the horse's name begins with. And once you've located the horse in the list, click on their name to go to their detail record. Once you're in the detailed view for the specific horse, go to the action panel and select Horse Detail Report. This will create the report with the default settings, and we'll take a look at it and see how you can customize it. The report begins with a section that has the identification information about the horse. Each optional section below that is indicated by a gray bar. There's a section for the hoof track specifications, for the date range selected, and we'll talk about the dates in just a moment, and that will include all the hoof track records that you've recorded in that time period. Below that, you'll see a section for the notes you've entered on the horse over the same time period, as well as services provided for the horse during that time period. The services area is coming from the invoices section and will include all the services where the horse was included on an invoice during that time frame. Now let's look at how to customize this report. In the action panel, under optional details, you'll see that you have the option to include or exclude any of those three sections. The default includes all the sections, but if you'd like to create the report, for example, without the notes, you can uncheck that box. You also have a date range area which indicates which records are included in those details. The default settings is to include everything for the last 6 months, but you can change that date range by using the drop-down controls and selecting different dates from the calendar or typing them in the from or to fields. If you'd like to include everything you have on the horse, you can simply click the All Dates option below the date range indicators. Once you've changed the settings in this area, click Create Report to have it regenerated with your new settings. And now you'll see that we've excluded the Notes section. So we go after the identification information, we have hoof track, and then we go right to services, and the notes have been excluded. Another feature I'd like to show you about services, which again is pulling from the invoices, is there's another option in the action panel that initially is not turned on, but you can select it if you'd like, and that is Show Amounts. This will include the dollar amounts for the services that you charge that are included in the report. So we'll check that and click Create Report, and the report will be regenerated with the same information, except that in the services section you'll notice on the far right now we have a dollar amount associated with each date of service and a total below that. So you can turn that on or off depending on your needs for this report. Now I want to point out that at the top of the report is the standard reports toolbar. This will allow you to page through the report if it is more than one page by using the arrow buttons. You can also click the printer icon to send it directly to your printer. And finally, I'd like to show you the features for emailing this report. We'll click that in the action panel, and that will provide the email panel where we can include the information to be sent to the recipients of this report. It begins with who the email is from, which is automatically your email address, and you have the option to check this box in order to receive a copy of the email as well. In the To field, you can type the email address of who this report should go to, and it can include multiple addresses. There's information below the box instructing you that you should use a comma between multiple addresses, and it gives you an example. There's also a nice tool with the Find button to select the people that are associated with this horse in the system, and the system will automatically look up their email addresses. Click the Find button, and you'll see that it's displaying the information about the owner, stable, veterinarian, and trainer that are associated with this specific horse. The options that are in bold indicate that there is an email address on file for those specific contacts, and you can select them to receive this email. The other ones are for information only, and they are indicated with the asterisk that we do not have an address in the system for those people. You can select one or more of the options that are in bold, and once those are checked, click OK. Now you'll see that the email addresses for those contacts have been added to the To field. Again, you can type in additional information or email addresses in this field. Once the screen is just how you'd like it, you can send the email by clicking the Send button. That concludes this tutorial. Thanks for choosing iForgeAhead.